Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Dan Reacts. Today, we are going to be going into the Level 1 division. We're going to be watching one of my favorite long-term teams that I have followed in the Level 1 division. You know them, you love them. We're talking Cheer Athletics KittyKatz. I have not watched them this season. This is a completely genuine first look. I will disclaimer and say, that level 1 is not my forte. I think level 1 is really awesome, but I don't coach level 1. Level 1 is not where I excel. I am good at upper levels. I'm also generally good with senior age athletes and some junior, and I can hang out and coach youth and mini for like a day or two. But coaches who are able to do this and get what they do out of teams like this for an entire season, you have my mad respect. Like, I respect you so much for what you're able to accomplish. So let's get into it. This is actually their starting pose. So they said, hey, you know what we'll do? We'll have our kids start their routine in a one-armed back bend, which is absolutely brave. And just respect, mad respect for doing something like that. All right. So here we go. Coaches up front, giving them all the like attitude. This is their showcase pre-NCA. Cute little drops and lifts as we start the routine. And here we go. Perfect timing on the back walk over switch legs. Another thing I always respect about this team is they have so much sass and energy. So you see these stunts in the back. They've got, which are very unique. If you can't tell, they're kind of doing like a modified partner stunt. So like a reverse hands with the flyers. And then you have the back spot on the legs, and our flyers are being super sharp, super dramatic. They're like fully into it, smacking those motions. Again, we have beautiful back walkover switch kicks in the front with pointed toes, straight legs. Absolutely gorgeous. That's what we're looking for. Sassy little head whips, cute little pose, right? They're just giving it that moment, really paying attention to the details. I love the fallback step over. It's a pretty common move in level 1, but I think it's definitely a go-to if you're ever looking for some sort of choreography, you know, having an athlete fall into the arms of the other, step over them. It's kind of a dance style move. And then they're going to go right into lifting them up into a back bend, back spots, lift them up. And then we've got quarter up to prep. Super clean. Love that visual transition. Here's one of the things I really love about that visual transition is it's hard to move in a prep. Like, I travel around the country teaching cheer camps through the summer, and I work on this with elite teams. Like, one of the things we do when they're starting to gas out is like, okay, we've been stunting for 2 hours. Let's talk about moving in stunts, because I have had teams and routines have drops in competition because athletes don't know how to move or don't forget how to move in their stunt. Now they've moved across, and then they're going to be doing this little kind of first pyramid. And I'm interested to see what happens, because I'm guessing this is going to be some sort of like a fake out, more elite skill, which is what level 1 does. Yeah. So they almost do like a fake out inversion, because the flyers are bending over, putting their hand down, their shoulders down, and then they're like kind of doing a mock quarter inversion up to stretch at prep level. That's one of the coolest things about level 1 is you see them push the envelope where they do things that like look kind of like a level 4, level 5, or level 6 skill, but it's at level 1. Like, they do it legally, and it's just so crazy. It takes so much creativity to do a level 1 routine really, really well. So they smack those up. Beautiful flexibility, and quarter up to extension, braced all the way to the ground. And I believe KittyKatz is a youth 1. So these are really young kiddos. This is not a junior team. Nice energy there. Good jumps. We can work on pointing the toes. The pike jump, which is a notorious jump in level 1. Everyone does it. Not notorious. Common jump in level 1. You don't have to worry about the legs being together. And you get to turn it to the side. So although I don't love a lot of the pike jumps that I see, they tend to score pretty well. Love this kind of to the front moment where they really are kind of like attacking the crowd. They're giving you that feeling, that presence coming forward. And then they're doing their squad back walkover series, I'm about to guess. I think that they did a great job like hitting and freezing and like giving that moment before they go back. and whack. Everyone's up together. Beautiful timing. Oh my gosh. And the pointed toes. Yeah, coach, I agree with you. I don't know who you are. This coach up here jumping up and down and freaking out, but I agree with you. That deserves some jump out and freak outness. That was really, really good. Very standard cheer athletics kind of motion. I see the little like hop, clap, clap. That's a very like common cheer athletics thing I see on a lot of their teams. It's super cute. I'm not like talking smack about it. I just would say it's kind of like cheer athletics trademarky, the little hop hop move. Fun little transition. They do the lifts into the scales. Now we're doing kind of a mock flat back. And again, this is those things that look more elite than they actually are and are actually super hard to perform, because if they're just a couple degrees off on that drop down before they go back up, and the hips get above the shoulders above the head, then suddenly it's an illegal skill. And so it can be so frustrating. We have this happen with our level 1 routines all the time, where coaches will watch a routine and then they'll try and emulate something and they'll submit it for illegality and they'll get a review that it's illegal. And they're like, well, how did the other team perform it? And you just have to dial it in and you have to figure out what was that little thing that they did that made it so it was legal. And it can be as simple as like, this person's grip was like this versus like this, or they were holding the ankle with this hand and not this hand. Those very small things can make a huge, huge difference in level 1 and can get you legalities, which is, level 1 is a risky division. So super cute. They keep themselves from going inverted. They pop up to stretch, body position to body position at belly level. They have the advantage of some really tall, strong back spots who are kind of holding them up. So much sass and energy here. That was funky. Okay, that was kind of cool. Let's watch that again. So they do this weird little like running man-ish move. They're kind of holding their foot and they're going to pull their foot through, kind of jump rope through their own leg, which I would 100% break my body doing that. So they jump rope through, they're holding their foot and they jump rope through, foot goes through, and then they hit their stunt. I feel like this used to be something that on the playground you like challenged your friends to do. And most of the time people will like catch their foot on their hand and face plant. And so the fact that they're doing this in a stunt is really cool. Very legit. Then down, tick up to stretch. My only critique would be flyers seem to be kind of really laying back on the back spots. And I think that depending on the judging panel, they may get on you and say that back spot's no longer a back spot. They're more of a base since they're like bearing the primary weight of the flyer. But this is 0, super cute switch ups right after it. Coaches are way into this routine and I freaking love it. Front walk over through, beautiful running tumbling. Like mad respect for the timing here. These kids are clearly counting. They're clearly paying attention. They know their hand counts. They know their and counts. They know their over counts. They know all of those things. They've clearly paid very close attention to training them. And I really respect that at this level and at this age. That is super hard to do. So now they're going to, oh, I messed up my screen here. There we go. And we're still tumbling. They get everything back in. We have the flyers up. They do that cute little like point motion. And now we're going to go into, I believe, what will be our main pyramid. I love that cartwheel in. Nice, beautiful flexibility. And again, so much attitudes and so much cleanliness. The bridge, extended bridges. That's hard. These flyers are super duper sharp. Down and they transition ticks to scales. The lifts out and coaches go crazy. Clap it up. That's amazing. They looked, this is a great routine. Dance, we can tighten up the motions. Pretty common for this kind of age range. I think it's a really good dance. It flows well, pulls things around the floor. Oh, look, Liberty Mutual. We're doing all sorts of those movements to kind of spread the formation and utilize the floor in their dance. Overall, what I just respect so much about that routine is cheer athletics and KittyKatz especially, they always innovate something year over year. And like, now granted, I'm old and I don't watch that much cheerleading. I do watch some, but I am not one of those people who watches every single routine. So for me, that's the first time I've seen anyone do the little jump through their leg thing. Maybe someone's done it before. to me, that's very innovative and creative. I also really liked, although it's not the first time I've ever seen it, the kind of drop down that looks like, a higher level transition where they're doing some sort of inversion to the top. I think that was really, really cool and creative and fun to watch. And so overall, it was just kind of an exciting routine to watch, even at level 1. And that's saying something. When you can watch a youth level 1 routine and you're like, oh my gosh, what's next? And then the attention to detail, the timing of the tumbling skills, the straight legs, the pointed toes, that stuff's not easy. It takes the athletes and the coaches all pushing together to be on the same page. And then the way those athletes perform, that's why you see at the higher levels all of their athletes performing, is because they start training it at such a young age and doing it and being committed to it. So it's not, I learn how to perform once I get to my level 3 or junior or senior. It's not, that's when I start to really perform and be sharp and have that attitude. They're doing it at a young age, and then it's just continually growing as they go through their career. All right, everyone. So this was Cheer Athletics KittyKatz and my reaction to this amazing routine. That was their NCA show off of 2025. Thank you for those of you who shared this video so I could react to it. As always, if you have a team you want me to watch and react to, please leave it in the comments, shoot me a message, post it on Facebook. I'm happy to react to more routines, and we look forward to catching you on the next episode.